So we're here to look at a boat that sank over a year ago. It's a Leopard 53 power catamaran, and let's go see how it looks. If I remember right, the T-top was underwater. Everything up would need to be replaced. The running gear is shot, the engines are probably shot, all the upholstery, padding, coverings, everything would have to come out. Air conditioning would have to come out. This has been sitting there. That's cabinetry work there. It's delaminated, it would all have to be replaced. Both engine rooms submerged, generators, keels are broken. That keel's broken off. So as I suspected, the water went all the way up to the bridge, T-top above it. So that's all shot, but let's hop on board and take a quick look. Yeah, these engines, I know they ingested salt water because they were running. Air conditioning's all shot. Generator went underwater. They're all electrical. Everything you see would have to be replaced. All this cabinetry, mold, mushrooms growing in it, full of water. Nobody's been taking care of the boat. The boat's wide open. The interior has all been pulled out. This would all have to be replaced. See all the mud and debris, all the electrical, all done. Everything gone. If you're gonna do this job, you're pretty much starting with like a bare hull. Everything, all the interior, electrical, electronics, paneling, cabinets, furniture, everything would have to come out. Would you guys buy this for $250,000 as a repair job or a salvage job? Leave me your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. So this is the starboard side. This was the main grounding point. There's not much left there. It's all broken. Keel's broken in there. It's actually open. It's a foam core boat. That's what I mean by foam core. It's got foam in there, in between the layers. The sounder got broken. Not supposed to be like that. There's supposed to be a keel back here. Well, there is kind of. That's what's left of the keel. The starboard side keel is all but gone. Right here. It's not supposed to be like that. See, there's a hole punched right through. It was in the water for 5 to 7 hours, salt water. The rudder is gone. The rudder tube tore out. The struts are bent, shafts are bent, props are shot, stern tube broken. That's all starboard side. Let's go look at the port side. This one, yeah, has some cracks in it. Prop is all tore up. I would guess that the strut and the shaft are both probably bent. Probably the stern tubes probably needs to be replaced too. Yeah, this one, you can't see as much damage as the other side, but it's definitely cracked. Let's go take a look at this side. At least I didn't pile all this junk on top of it. Big old Yanmar. Got to be very careful here. The struts are missing to hold this open. I was told that they pulled the injectors on these, but it doesn't appear they did, or maybe they did, but this is all junk. All this electrical will have to be replaced. Oh geez, they didn't even take the batteries out yet. That's crazy, that's dangerous. You could have these go into thermal runaway. All right, water maker's bad. All these batteries back here are shot. They should all, steering gear, everything. Damn, they didn't take these batteries out. I can't even believe it. That's like the first thing I do if I'm hired to do a mitigation on a boat that sank is disconnect the batteries at a minimum. I don't know if these cabinets, I guess they might be able to be salvaged somewhat, but it's all press board or particle board, whatever you want to call it. Let's go down here. Here's the portside staterooms. Bilges are empty. Of course, there's holes in the bottom of the boat. Washer and dryer, all this electrical. This will all have to go through, replaced. Everything down there. More batteries up here that should have been disconnected or taken out. Air conditioning units. All the interior panels are stripped. All the wiring. All this will have to be replaced. Gonna be a job, that's for sure. There are people that are interested in buying this. All the air conditioning there. Fortunately, the air conditioning is Frigomar and it's made in Italy and can be difficult to deal with. I would know because I just finished up a water chiller job and it took 2 months just to get a chiller from them. Here's the starboard side stateroom. A little bit of standing water down there, but not bad. All these fuel tanks, I'm guessing have water in them. They'd probably all have to be cleaned out. All the fuel lines need to be replaced or flushed. Fresh water, they would all need to be cleaned up and everything. The sounder pushed through, you can see all the damages. The whole bottom of the starboard keel is busted. All this would have to be cut out and rebuilt. Refrigerators are all shot. What are your thoughts? Buy it and fix it or salvage it, trash it? It's a pretty boat. It's not like this is a car where all the parts are the same. They're all kind of different and a lot of these panels are built for this boat particularly. So you can't necessarily just go to the manufacturer and say, hey, I need all the interior panels for this hull number. Maybe they'll have them. I doubt it. That's my experience is they would be like, no, those you have to make those yourself. Which, man, trying to make all these panels. Thank God they didn't throw the old panels away because if you can't get these from the manufacturer, you have to reuse these old ones for templates. Maybe you could reuse the plywood, but you'd have to strip all the fabric off of here. And it'd probably be easier and cheaper as far as labor goes just to buy new ply wouldn't cut it. A little depressing, but you know what? This isn't the first. It won't be the last. It happens sometimes more often than not, but it does happen several times a year usually. People run aground on the northwest jetty because it's not marked very well. You know, sometimes people aren't paying attention. It'd be a lot of work. It's nice and cool in the truck. It's pretty warm out there though, but let's get loaded up and get down to this boat and see if we can figure out why the air conditioning's not working. Something smells good out here. Must be something from Bad Boy Burrito right there. I did want to grab one thing out of here though. Where is it? Hard start super boost capacitor for air conditioning unit. Sometimes when they get old, the compressors get hard to start. You need a little extra boost, but I don't know if that's it or not. I doubt it, but we'll see. Okay, boy, the wind is really picking up now. Yeah, we got some weather rolling in. Wonder if I'll get wet. I hope not. Oh, sorry. Well, okay, almost ran me over. Take my hat off. I was worried I was going to lose it. Okay, let's see here. Circuit breaker must be over here somewhere. DC, nope, not here. Huh, you know what's going on there? That center thing is all full of water. Great. Now my sock is wet. I hate having wet feet. I'll go put my shoes on. For some reason, that's all full of water in there. I'll have to call him and ask him. Deck AC. Oh, she's not liking that. Trips it automatically. The air conditioning is on. Did you say that this unit is the big 24,000 BTU unit?
Is it a 24? I've been told it's the big one there. I thought it was 16. It could be 24.
It's 24. So it's the biggest one on the shelf.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. And
it's like third one in, right? To the.
Yeah, third one in from center. Or third one out from center. I can't even set the circuit breaker. It's not even.
It was running perfectly. We ran it for a week and we cut it off, and when they came back, that's what they got.
Okay, all right. Hey, I think also you asked me about the portable AC unit, if it was draining. It is.
Good, yeah.
Yep. Okay,
thanks.
let me poke around at this thing.
Okay, man.
Let's see if I can see any sparks or anything. I'm gonna flip that breaker again. All right, well, he had some electricians on board and they replaced one of these caps, but I'm gonna test them anyways. Never trust anybody else. Let me go get my tester. So I'm hooked up to it. It's 152 and it's rated for 145 to 175. So this is good. Let's just discharge that before I gotta short these out just to make sure that you don't get fried. It might not kill you, but it hurts like hell. You just have to short them out. And put this back in here. Before I take this all apart, we're gonna put this on here and check it real quick. Let's go flip the breaker and see if it goes. It's hot in here and I'm all sweaty. It makes for nervous times. Oh, and the wire just came off. That's awesome. Let's see, this one's rated for 35. So let's see what we get. You can just use a meter to do this too, but I like this little thing because it tells you a couple other things too. So we got 35, so that's good. I expected it to be. Now, of course, I've got to fix this if I can. If I can't, then I have to run up to the truck. I'm sweating like crazy. Everything's getting all wet, which makes it bad for the circuit boards. Oh boy, it's hot down there. I did some troubleshooting. Unfortunately, my camera turned off because it got too hot. When I disconnect L2 compressor valve, the breaker doesn't trip. So I'm going to disconnect that and turn the unit on and see if I can get it to cool. In theory, the only thing that shouldn't work is heat mode. Let's give this a try. Also, I'm going to hook my gauges up to the low side and make sure there's no water in it. Back down in the sweat box. Here we are back in our little hole. First thing I'm going to do is hook up to this guy right here. But before we hook up, we're going to depress this little valve in there and make sure salt water doesn't come out. We don't want salt water in my gauges. Nope, seems like good pressure. By the way, I ohmed out the common run and start leads, which are right behind this cover right here, and so the compressor checks good. But what I did discover is if I take off L2 for, where is it? Right here. I take this off. Well, really, I don't need to take that off of there. I can just take it off the capacitor. How about that? Oh, it scared the Yep, I got the right wire. Let's see if the breaker trips. I got power. So I've got my compressor valve L2 disconnected. So let's click the breaker and see if it's even going to go through any of its... Well, that's the reversing valve clicking. I'm going to disconnect the compressor. See if I can get the fan to run. I'm wondering if we're starting to think our compressor is shorted to ground. So I'm going to ohm out one more thing here. All right, first we'll make sure the breaker's off one more time. And the breaker is off. All right, well, unfortunately, I don't have good news. Sorry, my camera shut down for overtemp again. But I have continuity between common run and start to ground, and you're not supposed to. So that means the inside that compressor is shorted to the case or something. So unfortunate, it's going to be painful repair because that refrigerant that's used in there, they don't make any of that stuff anymore. So the only choice is to replace the actual compressor in the compressor sled, which I don't recommend because it failed because it's full of acid probably. The other option is you have to replace that unit down in the engine room, the compressor, but you also have to change out the air handlers because you can't mix different gases and they don't make that stuff anymore. So you have to switch the whole system from 417 alpha to 410 alpha. So either way, it's a painful process and it's going to be expensive. Heading up to Real Impact to pick up a bunch of parts.
On a rainy day.
Okay, even though my wife canceled birthday month, I still took her to babies.
No, I'm taking you. It's your birthday month.
No, you killed birthday month. There's no more birthday month ever for anybody.
No, there is, because
Nope.
September is around the corner.
Yeah, but guess what? No birthday month.
Yes, you guys, we celebrate birthday month. You get to make all the decisions and have all the fun. I'm taking them out for iced tea. How's your tea?
Excellent. Just saved these people right here. We stopped them. They don't know where they're going. They're lost. And the water out here is really shallow. And this is not a channel. It's a dead end. And so we flagged them down, hopefully saved them. So it looks like they're making their way out. Luckily, it's almost high tide. If it was low tide, they'd been done.